Hey everybody, Jay Regular here. So I know a lot of you are still reeling from my last video in which I decided to stop being mentally ill, but I have also decided to no longer be politically extreme. I'm gonna be honest with you. Being a post-ironic political extremist wasn't very good for me. Normal people tend not to like it when most of your suggestions for political change is just violence. Like, I was watching a report on inflation with my family, and I was like, I got your solution to inflation right here. Pow, 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 pow. And, you know, just looking at my family's reactions, I decided that's not something I want to do anymore. Also, I'm just going to be honest, being a political extremist is not very attractive. I've learned that attraction comes in the healthy middle ground between being able to engage with these ideas while also not simultaneously actually wanting to overthrow the government. That's right, I'm a centrist now, and I no longer have any real political opinions. I mean, I guess UBI is cool, but I'm not going to die on that hill. I'm not even going to bring it up unless I'm cornered in a political conversation, and even then, I only have that in my back pocket to play as a card if someone really tries to force a political opinion out of me so that they'll leave me alone. Something I've realized is that these politics people really only want to know that you're also playing the politics game to justify their own poor life decisions because they spent so much time and energy reinforcing their own political framework. They want to feel better about their own sunk cost fallacy. Well, I say no more. In fact, the next time someone brings up politics to me, I'm going to change the topic. Not so much that they know what I'm doing, but enough that if they're not aware of it, then they will end up just talking about the sports game. In a lot of ways, calling myself a centrist isn't really accurate. I think a more accurate label for me now would be anti-political. Still in conversation with politics, but seeking to kill it. I want to kill politics. Thus, I am now doing the work of a gardener, pruning my mind. I will think the least offensive thoughts. I will say the least offensive things. If pushed on an opinion, I will express whatever opinion I read the room will like the most. Again, sounds like I'm joking. No. No. I'll be for real with you, fam. I started off being an anti-centrist, ironically. And then at some point, I actually became an anti-centrist. I don't know exactly when that happened, but I was thinking my own thoughts, and they were all basically like middle bad, extremes good, doesn't even matter which extremes, I'm just pro them. Any kind of divergent thought, I am pro. I would just vote for the most extreme or wacky candidate every time, regardless of political position. In the last election, I flipped a coin between the most left-wing and right-wing parties. I cannot even begin to describe the amount of psychic damage I have underwent over the last few years. Mental damage, which I have now corrected. Bussin'. Being politically extreme tends to alienate you. I started off trying to get into political extremism in order to find community. And then I looked at the communities that were forming around me, and I was like, nope, don't like this. Ultimately, what I really needed to do was recognize where this need for community was coming from. I can form healthier, more socially acceptable communities around fun things that aren't going to get me in trouble, like sports and video games and anime. There is a lot that's really good right now, and honestly, I have been fostering frameworks that focus on the bad. Look, I've said it before, I can say it again. I can make myself think anything. You can too. Philosophies only exist to justify your own actions. You can change the philosophy if you change your actions. If a pattern of thought isn't working for you materially, then change it. You've probably already done this, consciously or not, and I couldn't be more proud. Now, I will still be making videos on politics if I feel so inclined here and there, but they're going to be coming from an anti-political perspective. Watch.
I'm stupid and wrong.
I am also stupid and also wrong. I'm the most stupid and the most wrong. I'm stupid and wrong as well, only in a less overtly offensive way. You see, I'm now going to explicitly treat politics as though they're just fun plushes, with no actual relevance to the modern day.
We are only cartoon characters with no relevance to the modern day.
I do genuinely think I was right about the things that I was saying in terms of my political analysis, but if being right was as alienating and as sad as I think it was, then I don't want to be right anymore. I think I just want to be happy. I think everyone should think like me. There's a voice in my head that says, if everyone does what I'm doing now, then the world would be worse off for it, because no one would care about anything, and we would be ceding control over our destinies. But that voice comes from somebody that I don't want to be anymore, and so I let him say his piece there, and then he's gone. That's better.
He's Jay Regular, he's regular now.